Now, these idiots in the government are terrorists. These terrorists in the government is using an excuse. That's not true. Our democracy is in danger. We're going to lose our democracy. Or they're going to lose their democracy. Or their enforcement of their democracy upon the people that's supposed to be under a republic in this country. The United States of America was created to be under a republic. I pledge allegiance for which it stands one nation, but then it says nation. A nation versus a country. So it should be, I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, unto the republic for which it stands, one country, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. A nation is a group of people. A group of people come together to become a nation. That's what a nation is. Look up the legal definition of a nation. Because this is all done under legal terms. Every bit of it. Every word they spit out, there's a legal definition for. Not natural. Made up. An ideology. And you are not taught it. On purpose. So you don't know what they're talking about when they speak to you. That's why they don't listen to you. Because you don't speak in their terms. In their definitions when you speak the words. You're seen as something natural. So you're under natural terms. Because you're not in their system learning their legal terms. Their legal definitions. For the terms that were natural terms with natural definitions, and then given legal definitions, and so there's two words. One's natural, and one's for legal. And they're sitting here screaming, "Oh, our democracy is in danger." Well, is the American people gathering up an army right now? Actually gathering up an army to place your democracy in Washington, D.C. in danger? Or is Americans creating an army to go to Washington, D.C. and end your democracy? No. Our republic is in danger because your democracy, as you scream, our democracy, not the people's democracy, because there's no such thing in the Constitution, Declaration of Independence. So their democracy is endangering our republic, our country. Because they're using us, that joins them, to come after us and our republic, our liberties. Liberty is under a republic, not under a democracy. That's what liberty was created under. That's what that word was placed under. A republic. A republican form of liberty versus a democracy form of liberty. Permission. Freedom. There's difference. A republican form is natural. Even though it's a statist word, because they created it, it's still closer to enforcing natural laws, natural rights, God-given inherent rights. A democracy form of liberty does not look at morality, does not look at what God gave us, does not see us as a living soul of God, a man created by God. Looks at us as something they can control. The Jews couldn't be free. The Jews had to have things placed on them. The Jews had to have restrictions on what they could and couldn't do. And then they got freed by us, we the people of the Republic. Not by Washington, D.C., by us. They used. They're users and takers. That's what democracy is. Under majority rules. That's how they get to be users and takers. Because without a majority rules, it just, well, if everybody ain't voting, we can't go by majority rules. It has to be, everybody has to participate. Everybody has to agree. If not, then it can't be accepted whatever they want to be accepted by us. It can't. So their democracy is not in danger. I'm putting you on blast. Your democracy is not in danger. What's in danger is us rising up and preventing them from enforcing their democracy upon us. 10 Mile Square. Article 1, Section 8, 10 Mile Square. That's where their democracy resides. And then we have ours. As I stated, I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. Of America. Not to the United States government of Washington, D.C. There's the United States government of Washington, D.C. The United States of Washington, D.C. Then there's the United States of America. All the states in America united together to be of America. United States of America. And then there's a government created for the states all united together. A government, a United States government of Washington, D.C. Or if it was to be of America, Washington, D.C. would not exist. It would, all the land would be America. And there'd be a government sitting in one of the states. That's of America. Not in a foreign territory. Can't y'all understand this? The United States government sits in a foreign territory. It is foreign to the United States. All the states. It's foreign. And then all the governors, they paid them off and or threatened them. You're going to unite with us so we can exist and we can have more power, or we're going to get rid of you. That's what they do in there. Oh, our opponents, people who don't like us, what do? Look at the 13 or however many scientists now that are gone. Just magically, a bunch of them just suicide or missing or, you know. That don't make no sense. So, their democracy is not in danger. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Their democracy is not in danger. Hit that like button if you agree. Their democracy is not in danger. It's their enforcement of democracy upon the people of the Republic to circumvent our Republican, or our rights under the Republic. The Pledge of Allegiance. They all at school. All these people who joined them, police, soldiers, they pledged an allegiance to a republic, not to Washington, D.C., to America. And without knowing, they were tricked into joining the democracy to help enforce that and protect it. So until we rise up and start carrying, and only when they come to you and say, like they're going to be violent, because you know what that's like. That you're going to sense fear. You're going to sense something's not right when they start coming at you with their gun on them. Something ain't right, and you get ready. And you pull yours, and you have it pointed at the ground. And if they go to pull theirs, and you ain't pointing it at them, and you're going, wait. You know, what are you doing? You look like you're going to, When you're bothering no one, that's what the second is for. To stop the prevention of our republic from existing. That's what that was all about, too. It was against tyranny. Someone coming and then saying, you can't live your life the way you want. You can't be free. Now, people can help people to gain their freedoms, to get self-defense, to gain their freedoms if they're enslaved. We're enslaved, and they're telling us, the slaves, you can't defend yourself from our democracy. Democracy is, there's a ruler above the people. A republic, there is none. The Tory Act explains it. The forefathers of America explained it, plain and clear. What was the forefathers' explanation of democracy? That's all you gotta do. Just learn to have questions, to start having a mind, instead of just letting it all go in here and it sticking and going, okay, I'll believe you because you say so, because you say you're this and that, and so that just, I guess, makes it legit because you say so. That's what parents did. I say so. I'm your parent. I'm above you. No one's above me. And I'm going to be just another George Washington, except I'm not going out to commit violence. I'm going out to defend my rights that was given to me under a Republican or a republic form of government. That's what I'm to defend. That's what I was taught. That's what I was taught to defend. And that's what I'm going to do. All of you other men who are nothing but a bunch of damn wussies, just bow down and don't do that. Don't just be afraid to die for what's right for your children. Your children's going to look at that in the future. You know, so don't get up and die for what's right for your children and your grandchildren. Do what you're told. Back the blue coats. Just as the red coats wanted the forefathers to do, back the red coats. And they said no and shot at them. And I'm not calling for that. You defend from that. They come to you like a criminal would come to you and point a gun at you and say, you're going to do what I want and live how I want and eat what I want and eat whatever's in what I want you to, of what I want you to eat. And you're going to be happy and you're just going to deal with it or die. That's what they're saying. You got two choices. Do what we want or die, is what they are saying to us. Pretty much. Do what we want or die. Well, I ain't going to do what you want, and so I can die. Turn me into a martyr. for being a defender of my rights. Judge Andrew Graves and your goon squad, the sheriffs, violating everybody's rights, and Miranda and case law, Miranda versus Arizona, case law. You say it's law, you enforce the law. You're a liar. You pick and choose what you want to enforce.